Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, guys. Coffee cups up.
Mm,
Welcome to Coffee Chats Unfiltered. We are here and we're talking today about something we hope that everyone has had a wonderful holiday season, a beautiful Christmas. First, starting with Thanksgiving, the holiday season, and then a beautiful Christmas. And then I had a beautiful birthday the day after Christmas. And now we're getting ready to go into the new year. So we're talking about something today that's really timely and important, super important for 2026. But first, we'll introduce ourselves. I am Cynthia Merritt, and I am 60-ish years old, adding one more year on the 26th. But I am here to share some nuggets of wisdom, experience, knowledge, all the things that I have had in my lifetime through these journeys of peaks and valleys
mm.
and how we can deal with those things and just what we've learned through life. And I will turn it over to my co-host.
I am the Valerie Davis. How are you doing? Cynthia, I hope you are enjoying the rest of your birthday week. Happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
All right. Happy birthday to you. So, here again, I am Valerie Davis and I am 54 years old. And I have learned a lot within the past 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, and 1 year. I have learned a lot, so I am here to share what I've learned, as well as pick up what you're putting down that can help me and assist everyone else. It's about growing community, informative community, knowledgeable community, so that we can help each other because we're going to need each other. As my
Absolutely.
We are in our last days, and it's a lot that we need in order to keep going through. All right,
Absolutely.
to get through, we have to go through, and that's why we are here. Okay.
Okay, Val, that's awesome. I'm gonna put my coffee cup up again, honey.
Mm.
Because it is truly on my cup, it reads, "This is a good day to have a good day." It is a good day to have a good day. Actually, it's a great day to have a great day, guys.
Mhm.
So today we are talking about, let me bring this down here, my
Mhm.
notes. We are talking about smart goal setting for 2026. Y'all, this is so important. If you've never set goals before, and I'm not talking about resolutions, New Year's resolutions, I want to lose 10 pounds and all that kind of stuff. These are real goals that we're trying to do for 2026 because this is such an unprecedented type of year. We've never had this type of thing before. And so we just need to set goals that can place us and ourselves and our loved ones in better positions to thrive, regardless of what is going on, in spite of what's going on in the world. Um, we got to look out for each other. Like Val just mentioned, community is everything at this point. Everything. We have to be in community. We have to be on one page of music,
Mhm.
playing the same tune.
Yes, ma'am.
One band, one sound.
Ma'am. Yes.
So Val, what's your practice that you have every year regarding your annual goals? Do you do anything? Do you do vision boards? You write them in a journal? How do you identify
Um,
and calculate your goals?
I do. I've always done vision boards. I incorporated start last year, a prayer board. Of course, I can
Mm.
see my vision on my vision board, and I look at it daily. Right, it's actually in front of my TV. So when I'm in my living room watching TV, I see my vision board.
Oh,
However, I have my prayer board, and in my prayer board, I put it in my closet.
okay.
That's sacred to me, and I go and I pray over my vision board. And each on my prayer board, I have an envelope for everything that I believe in God coming to pass. And I pray over. I pray over knowledge. I pray over focus. I pray over learning new things. I pray over individuals, putting me in front of the right people and put the right people in front of me. So that's one of the things that I do. And then the second thing that I do consistently, Cynthia, is my daily affirmations. And my daily affirmations move me to the next day, to the next week, to the next month, to the next year.
Hmm.
that. And it's so weird that I sometimes when I'm in front of people, I just start speaking it, just start saying it, and they're like, I mean, I've got to be able to do that. So I got to be in a room where you're going to receive it and you're okay with it. And then you throw something back at me. If you're going to push it away, then I know that's not the room that I'm supposed to be in, nor that those are the people that I'm supposed to be around.
Absolutely, absolutely. And and that is so true. I do vision boards as well. I do my vision board every year on New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And the affirmations I do every morning. And you're so right about that, Val, because if we speak those affirmations out loud to ourselves and to the universe and to God every day, it's in our subconscious, and then it gets in our conscious, and so it's in both of our minds. And then when we're talking to people, when we are in conversation with other people, those words just come out of us because we have put them in our spirits and in our minds. And it's so amazing, and just to watch it in action. But people do a lot of times underestimate what is realistically
Mm-hmm.
achievable for them in a single year.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when goals aren't framed as dramatic life changes, because a lot of us are going through some dramatic life changes in this year and will next year, 2026. The high impact achievable 2026 goals are organized by areas, and many people don't realize that um, there are things that are in areas that are actually within reach for them, and they don't have to be afraid of those, but just put their willpower forward and their achievement desires forward, and those things are truly attainable.
That is so true. That
Yes.
and I love um, that you said that they are attainable. They are, they are. And you think back to the days of old of how you've done things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it worked because I got to hear. So sometimes we spend a lot of time reinventing the wheel when we don't really need to,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So
Absolutely.
move
Absolutely.
forward with that.
Yep. And so let's look at personal growth and look at your powerful wins and quiet wins.
Mhm.
Just build a thinking system for yourself. What is actually achievable? Think about that. You want to create personal knowledge or reflection. You can use notes, any apps. Notion is good. Obsidian, or even just a notebook, y'all, or a spreadsheet, whatever works for you. But you want to have some kind of a system to where you can, have these goals written down that you can look at, and like we were talking about, I do a vision board. I don't use any of those things. I put things on post-it notes, and
Mhm.
then I usually transfer those to my annual vision board, because I like that. I want to look at that every day, and I have it posted on my wall in my yoga room. So
Mhm.
when I go and start exercising in the morning, I look at it every day while I'm down on the floor on the mat. I'm looking up at my vision board, keeping those things in my mind. And so you want to do maybe write 2 or 3 short reflections per week of what you're doing that can get you toward that goal. And why do people underestimate these things that we're talking about here? They think that it requires being deep or philosophical, and it doesn't. It only requires being consistent, you guys. If we do these things on a daily basis, that develops our consistency. And then that puts everything in place for our vision boards or our whatever system we're using to try to get to where we're getting with our goals.
Cynthia,
Yes, ma'am.
may I interject just for one
Yeah,
second?
absolutely.
That word consistency is a tough word. It is a big word, it's a monumental word, and it is a tough word because most of the time, and I'm speaking for myself, most of the time, um, it's hard to hold yourself accountable so that you can be consistent. So then you got to figure out in the mind, how can you change that mindset so that you can be consistent? Because that is not being consistent is what stops us from moving forward.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
within starting right now today, as we're speaking, as we're talking, I'm telling myself to be more consistent, to be more consistent. Hold yourself accountable, possibly have accountability partners, but do whatever it takes in order so that you can be consistent. Then that way you won't underestimate what you can do, because as you said before, it is possible, it is attainable. So that is a big thing. And we just got to figure out how to jump over that hurdle of so that we can be consistent.
Yes, yes, that is so true, Val. Thanks for interjecting that information. And I'm glad you said the word hurdle, because hurdles and obstacles are going to be there, guys. They're
Mhm.
there to challenge us, to show us what we can do that we're not believing in or even trying to do. And
Mhm.
so when you have a hurdle to jump over or an obstacle that's trying to keep you from getting through a door or something, you have to be able to push it down. And
Yeah.
in order to do that, you have to do the things that you are trying to do on a consistent basis for them to chip away at the hurdle or the obstacle. But we must clearly understand our patterns, guys. We've got to be, I can't even say this enough. In 2026, we've got to be nimble with our spending. Our strengths, our talents as entrepreneurs, um, this is really coming to the forefront now. So many jobs have been lost this year, and I'm gonna talk about this when we close, when we look at some numbers. But so many, and Black women are leading the number of job losses. So entrepreneurial talents and skills, our strengths, those have got to be at the forefront at this time. Getting those new certifications, guys, get those certifications if you have an opportunity, because this is going to position you in a place to be able to achieve your goals. And currently, we just don't have time to just sit
No,
and
ma'am.
think about changes that we might make and decisions we might make. We gotta be decision makers at this point, and take action steps and be about that action.
Mm.
As Beyonce says, be about that action. Just make it happen. Like Nike says, just do it, guys. Think something that can help us: read 12 to 20 meaningful books,
Mhm.
and do it without forcing it. What you can do, because reading is imparting wisdom and knowledge into you, depending on what you're reading now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Absolutely, we need to educate ourselves about our new ventures and what's achievable. You can read 15 to 20 minutes a day. And
Mhm.
what that will do is equal 12 to 18 books per year. So 15 to 20 minutes a day. If you do that consistently, you'll read 12 to 18 books per day, per year rather. Um, I was so excited when my son and his friend took me out to a delicious Mediterranean lunch on my birthday. And the gift she gave me was actually a book. And that let me know, first of all, that she knows that I read
Mhm.
and educate myself. And then, second of all, the content of the book. It was something I would have chosen to read myself, which lets me know she knows me. So that was good. That was good for me to get that book. And so a hidden benefit for us is that our vocabulary, our clarity of thought, our confidence in our conversations will noticeably improve when we read more. And then others around us are also going to feel it before we do. because they will be able to hear that and being articulated in our conversations. They'll see it in our confidence, and then the clarity of thought that we have when we're talking with them and giving ideas and think tanks and things like that. And just speaking, our vocabulary improves.
Yes, I like that. I used to choose one word a week and
Mm.
learn an extensive vocabulary to, to better my vocabulary. One big word and think of the meanings, and then try to use it daily in conversation. And it did work. And I said I do want to get back to that again. I would really like to. So I got to be consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do that. So I got to put that on my vision board, and I got to put that in my affirmation to speak it and make it work.
And let me say something right there before you go on, Val,
Mhm.
because I have a dictionary, a Webster's dictionary on my bookshelf. And I used to, well, definitely when I'm reading, I always pull out my dictionary. So if I come across a word, I can look it up and I don't know what it means. But now it's so easy because we have Google.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
all you have to do is type in the word or speak the word and say the meaning, you know? Yes.
It would resonate better if you got, pen to paper, hand to paper.
Right, exactly.
Let me do that. So, but also when we're talking about our goals for 2026, thinking about it in a sense of compounding gains, especially when we're speaking of career and skills. Okay, so you want to kind of become top 10% useful in one skill, because we all know a lot, right? We all have a lot of skills under our belt. So we don't want to be world class, but just reliably good at least one particular skill. For an example, writing clear emails and documents. That can be really helpful. That can be helpful in your personal life. That can be helpful from a work standpoint. And that can, if you have individuals, children that are in school or college, teaching them how to write clear emails and documents, that's very helpful. Um, Data analysis, Excel, knowing Excel, SQL, SQL, Python basics, that's really helpful for the workforce. And then also, when we're talking about careers and skills, presenting ideas simply. I don't know how many times at work and off work and at and business, when you're sitting in a room and you presenting your ideas for anything, I don't know what it is about having to be so wordy, and then you lose your thought, you lose your people, you lose your crowd. Presenting ideas that are simple, present them simply. It doesn't take all that. Just be matter of fact. Give them the solution to the problem. Then you're completely done. Project management, AI assisted workflows. Now, what's achievable within that? 2 to 3 hours a week for a year. If we can commit to that, if you can commit to that, if I can commit to that, 2 to 3 hours for 1 year, that will be helpful. So now we have increased our knowledge on that one skill, right? So this AI thing, now it seemed like everything was coming at me last week when I'm trying to do my AI courses, y'all. I'm just gonna be real with you. I have not even done it. I was trying to work on 2 laptops, and neither one of the laptops wanted to work with me. And I said, well, God, are you telling me to pump my brakes for a second? It's that devil just trying to
Did we lose Val? Did we lose me? Okay, so we just lost Val. And I think it might be my laptop as well because my document now is gone. Val's back, and I'm admitting her.
Thank you.
I know.
You know what? Wasn't I just talking about my computer and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't I just talking about it? So this time, guys, it was the phone. I'm telling you, honey, the devil has been hectified busy. Just
No.
got something good to say. But guess what? Because I am who I am, and my strength is stronger than the storm, so I can keep on moving and keep going, right? So,
Yes.
um, but what I was saying was my AI courses, trying to get those courses done, everything was happening, but I got to continue to keep moving because that's a skill that I'm increasing for myself. That's a skill that I could take to work with me. That's a skill that I can utilize in my business. So I am learning to just keep pushing. Okay, so with that being said, by the end of 2026, you're the person that people will rely on because you have up your skill game. Okay, you have skilled up. So that also for when we're at work, that raises promotions or better job options to become more likely without chasing them aggressively because you've already put to the forefront what you can do and how you can now do that. And I hope that makes sense. So, what you want to do is build a professional asset. Most people don't do that. Okay, so you want to build a professional asset, and we're teaching you how to do so. These are just some suggestions. So, you could possibly build a portfolio website. I think that's very interesting. In the beginning, I never thought about that, but it does make sense. Build a professional website, portfolio website, a GitHub with 3 to 5 solid projects that you've completed, a LinkedIn presence with monthly posts. So now I have started my LinkedIn all over again, and I'm getting more hits than what I normally would because I have added more information. So which is good. So I'm learning to add more and more. So that LinkedIn presence means a lot, and it reaches a lot of people. So also a one of the things to build a professional asset will be a case study document of your work. I think that is brilliant. I think that is beyond brilliant, guys. A case study document of your work. So, of what you're doing now, where you come from, what you did back then, and you can just see that growth. Okay. So, growth from 5 years ago to now, or growth from 2 years ago to now, even 10 years ago to now. So, a case study document of your work is really good to build a professional asset presence. Okay. So now, as Cynthia stated earlier, there were some things that are underrated. There are still some things that's underrated with building a professional asset. But why is that? This often matters more than your credentials and takes far less time than people assume. So their thinking is going to be out of it's going to be too much work. It's going to be laboring, but in fact, it's something that's good for you. So once you get it in your mind that it's good for you, it benefits you, then it's not bad for you. I think that makes sense. To me, it
It
does.
does. It does.
Okay. All right. So just keep that in mind. Build a professional asset. Most people don't do that. This is putting you ahead of the game. And remember, we're thinking about these things. So by the time we get to the end of 2026, we have gained so much. All right. We've moved so much. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and in order to move, we got to have those financial goals. And we want, with those financial goals, we want to do things that are adult and realistic. So, we want to create stress-free money systems that we can actually achieve within like 1 to 2 months, not something long drawn out, like within 6 months, but so what we can see a change, a noticeable change. So automated savings is always helpful, and that gives us a clear view of our money spending. If we have that on an Excel spreadsheet, however you have it, but you need to see the job for every dollar that comes into your hand. Every dollar needs to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
The job needs to either pay a bill or work for you to create more money.
Right.
That last thing I said was super operative statement there because we need to be having our money working for us, not just sitting there
Ma'am.
And let me just say this, not just sitting there, even if you have a savings account, don't be getting the savings account at the bank that has the 0.0000.12% interest. Go to a bank or credit union, preferably, that has a high yield savings account.
Mm-hmm.
And that can give you at least 3 to 5% interest, where you're getting a 0.00 whatever at the bank. And so that's not even really helping. So that's that's not gonna hurt anybody. You may get $1 in 6 months or something like that.
I
But
like.
I know, right? Just have a clear view of that monthly spending, know what's coming in, what's going out. And then give yourself one guilt-free. This is why it's adult, guys, because you know you're gonna need to have some appreciation from all the work that you're doing, for all the work you're doing. So give yourself a guilt-free spending category.
Right.
So you're not going to feel deprived.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be getting your hair done,
Yeah.
getting your nails done, getting a new outfit, a new house, new cleaning for the housekeeper to come in and clean the house. Do something that's going to make you feel free and pampered, because you deserve that guilt-free spending.
I like those stones that you throw in. Yeah, I deserve that.
No, that's right. Yes. So our 2026 outcome, guys, needs to be, first of all, less background anxiety, because
Mm.
we're going to have enough in the forefront. So
Mm.
let's have less background anxiety. Also, stop avoiding your finances. Face it head on. Remember what we were always told: face your fears head on, in
Mm-hmm.
order to punch them out of the way, because they're obstacles and hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
Look how we're bringing all this stuff together.
That's
But stop avoiding the finances. We got to look at it. We got to deal with it. And we're going to feel richer even before we start earning more. If we do this, if we know that every dollar has a job and it's doing its function, we're going to start to feel richer even before we start earning more money, y'all. Yay! Increase our net worth by consistency, not necessarily by income. So if we don't get an income adjustment, increase or whatever, because we're being consistent with our dollars and knowing where they go and getting that higher interest with the interest savings account,
mm-hmm.
high interest savings account. And then we got to save and invest, and we're going to do a fixed percentage of that, even if it's just 5 to 10%. But most people don't realize consistency beats a salary increase for
It
the
does.
first few years.
You just got to be consistent and save that money.
That's it.
I remember when I used to work for this mortgage company years and years ago, Wall Street Capital Funding over in Conyers. And one of the underwriters told me, she said, well, Valerie, she said, I live off 30% of my paycheck. Everything else I save. So she has in her mind, she only makes this amount, even though she makes more. But if she does not touch it, then that was how she was saving. I was like, wow. Not living off 50 or 60%, but living off 30% of her paycheck. So if it wasn't attainable within that 30%, she didn't do it and she didn't get it. No, oh, Miss Phyllis, that was a great thing. I was successful at one point and then I stopped. But that's part of being consistent. So I'm gonna drill that back into my head and be consistent with it. So another thing that we can take a look at when it comes to our goals for 2026, and not just for 2026, but then on and on and on and on and on in, okay? Health and energy without becoming a fitness person, okay? Build a minimum viable fitness habit. You want to take good care of yourself. So just make this a habit. Eating, I say, people say eating is necessary and it's also a habit. So it's like you've told yourself, I gotta eat, I gotta eat, I gotta eat. So achievable versions, 20 to 30 minutes, 3 times a week, trying to do some type of workout fitness program. All right. Walking. by using body weights or basic lifting. So since I've started to get better with my health, I'm starting to use my body weights. I've started walking so I can see the improvement of my walking. Um, and then also basic lifting. So I'm going to incorporate basic lifting now. So these are just little things to build viable fitness. You don't have to be a fitness person. You don't have to be a fitness guru, but this is what we're doing to help yourself for 2026 and moving forward. So, so 2026 payoffs will be you'll have more energy. I can tell that I'm getting more energy. My energy level is going up. I can tell that. Better sleep. I'm still waiting for that part though. What's working against me is this lovely thing called menopause. So,
Oh.
but incorporating the fitness, the exercising will help me sleep better. So
Mm-hmm.
the payoff. Um, Fewer aches, because Lord, honey, what do they say? Each year you get a different ache. Since you just got another year added, you can really have another ache, girl. I'm just telling you. But
I'm not receiving that.
it's all right. Look, I'm putting it out there. No. But the more exercising we do, the more breathing techniques we do, the more
Mhm.
right we do, all those things work together to help us. All right. So also it gives you quite it makes you confident. So now your confidence level is up and you're humble and you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I feel good. I'm looking good from the inside out. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? From the inside out. So I don't I personally don't think transformation photos are needed. To me, sometimes they add on pressure, but just do it at your own pace and see the changes yourself for you, because this is all for you, is your goal. This is not for the masses. This is all for you. So keep that in mind. When we start thinking about what we're doing for others, that adds that pressure. And then now we're not consistent. We're not wanting to do it because we feel like we're going to fail and someone's going to say something. So just think about this goal for you. All right. So fix sleep by design and not discipline. Okay. Fix your sleep by design. So some achievable changes may be consistent sleep wake window. Um, I know one thing, turn your phone off, guys, 30 minutes before you go to bed. I really need to do that. I really need to do that. And the one thing I do in the mornings, though, I stop reaching for my phone just to see, oh, because sometimes we'll reach for our phone and start scrolling and see if we got a message or email. I stop doing that. I give myself at least 15 to 20 minutes of thanking God time, meditating, relaxing, stretching. I'm moving my wrists, my fingers, my ankles. I'm moving around, making that movement for at least 15 to 20 minutes. So, and then, like you said earlier, we have to, what we want to pull in is what we want to pull out. So, hey, light exposure in the mornings, brightness, sunshine.
Mhm.
Part of like waking up is you're meditating to get you to moving. And look at me, I'm just moving over here. Oh,
I know. Yeah.
move because you get that sunlight, and now
Yes.
it makes you feel better, make things look better. So now you're getting this energy that's embedded inside, and it makes you feel so much better.
Mhm.
So this alone can improve your mood. It can improve your focus and motivation, and not to mention appetite control.
Mhm.
So now
That's true.
eating all the time for just because.
Emotional eating. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So those are just a couple of things that we could use for 2026 health and energy um to be a visible fitness presence. Okay. I want
Mhm.
good, feel good from inside out. I want my mind to look good and feel good. I want to see everything I look at, I want it to be for me to feel good and look good. Okay.
That sounds good. And you know what? That sounded so much better when you articulated all of that. That sounded so much better to me and so much more attainable
Mm-hmm.
than okay, so I'm gonna get a gym membership at the beginning of the year and I'm gonna go every day or 3 times a week, and
Yes.
then in February it fizzles out because that's not, but what you gave was something that's sustainable and maintainable all year long. And you just feel more confident, like you said, in your mood and everything. I love that, Val.
Mhm. Thank
So,
you. I love it, love it. And it's got me
mhm.
right
I
now.
know I feel
You know, it's got me really good
I
and
know.
loving it. And I don't know, I just don't know what to do. I'm just, ooh, I'm
I
like,
know. I know. I love it. I love it. It's radiating off of you.
mm,
So
mm,
relationships, one thing, something people neglect often, you guys, relationships and social life. We all need that. Become the initiator of that. If you don't have a relationship or if you don't have a social life, make yourself more intentional with this area. Reach out, call friends, text people, invite people to lunch that you haven't seen in a while, or some that you maybe have seen in a while, but guys need to get together and just talk and chat and whatever,
mm,
and make yourself available to be seen and noticed by other people if you're looking for a relationship. Don't stay at home thinking you're going to find somebody and just have to go on to this is good that we have this as an option, the dating sites, but you actually can go out there and people can meet you. And one thing I love, we need to build these stronger friendships, because stronger friendships and relationships are definitely it's a fact that they reduce loneliness, and you just want to stop waiting for others to in your life to make the plans, like vacation plans or trip plans. Make them yourself. Become the initiator. You start the process. And this is going to deepen those relationships. You can get 2 to 3 key relationships jump started, that have maybe been. I'm sitting here thinking about this as I'm talking about it. I have a girlfriend who said she wanted to have lunch.
mm,
It was around Thanksgiving, and
mm,
I think it was before Thanksgiving, and we had a date that we even put on our calendar that we were going to have lunch. Well, when that date came around, I had to tell her that I can't go because something else happened and
mm,
came up, and then and so we said, okay, we'll do it for next week, and then something came up that week,
huh?
and I canceled, and I've never scheduled a date. So
Mm,
now I realize I need to call her, reach out to her, text her, let her know what date is going to be available for me, because we do need to do that. We need to keep up to date with those friendships. And then we need to be able to ask better questions of each other in relationships or friendships, just
mm,
to know, are we okay? Is everybody okay? That's a good question to start a
mm,
conversation with. Are you okay in this environment? Is everything going okay? Just
mm,
make sure people are okay, and
mm,
just be honest and comfortable, but really be honest with people. And then something that's super important, we need to always know who it is exactly we're dealing with, because like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, child, believe them the first time. She didn't say child, but she it's the same thing.
You add a twist to that, and that's a good thing. Girl, I tell you one thing. I'm a part of the sister squad that is so amazing. And we always say there is no squad like the one I got.
Hmm.
I tell you, these women are so powerful and they pour into you and they listen to you. They're not judgmental. I mean, they really want the best for you. And like you said, always know those questions to ask. We have a group chat as continued conversation. There may be prayers, there may be affirmations, there may be jokes or reminiscing on back in the day, because we've all known each other for a very long time. Um, some of us have known each other since high school, since elementary.
Mm.
It's just like amazing. And we pour into each other. And a couple of Sundays ago, we had the pleasure of celebrating one of our sisters who is getting ready to turn 60. She had just graduated with her master's degree, so 2 degrees and a year of each other.
Oh,
And she's approaching retirement.
oh, wow.
So it was so amazing to just be there and bask in that glory. And
I
the
know.
said that made me feel really,
That is huge.
baby, that is huge. But the one thing that she said, I couldn't have gotten through without you guys. You
Oh,
guys pushed, y'all have listened, you have given suggestions, all that type of stuff. So when you say reach out to people, life is lifing, it does
yeah.
busy, but it only takes a little bit of time. And I'm learning that as well, just to set that date.
Mm-hmm.
Set that date, try to commit to it. If you have to change it, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to it. If you have to do it 3 months down the line, just get back to it.
Yes, yes.
So, but so another thing is we want to identify level goals, the ones that change everything. Okay, we're talking about setting our goals. So we set these goals for a reason. These goals don't pretty much look like goals, guys, but they reshape your life. And I'm in the mood for reshaping, renewing. Okay, so so become someone who I want you to become someone. Okay, guys, 1 second. Let me tell y'all this. You know, I always got something going on. So my over here, she's 3 years old. She's
Oh,
light, and she's eating cereal, and she said, "I want a fork." Now you know you can't eat a cereal with
a
your fork.
four.
Just say hello. Now say hello.
Oh, yeah. Let's see the angel.
Oh, can y'all see?
Oh, hey, sweetie pie.
Hello.
Hey. You eating your cereal with a fork.
She wants, and I have taken the spoon. She don't want spoon anymore.
I want a fork.
Yes. So if you finish this, then I'll give you whatever it is you're asking for. Okay. All right. So can you hold on a minute? Okay. Tell them bye bye.
Hi, sweetie pie.
Thank you.
Aw.
Okay.
Precious grands.
Yes. Thank y'all. I need to.
Yes.
It is what it is. We have
Yeah, I know that's right.
about to get bout it, loud and rowdy. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to. I had to stop for a second. But I'm talking about reshaping your life. Okay. Become someone who keeps small promises to themselves, not just to everyone else. Promise yourself something and do it. I'm going to treat myself. As you said, I'm going to treat myself this week. I'm going to, every quarterly, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good. And then complete what you started. Finish what you start. I have 2 books. My ADHD be on 2000. 2 books. And I have not completed either of them.
Okay.
So I have to complete those books. So when I'm telling you these things, either I've done it or I'm doing it, and I need accountability partners. So finish what you start. Review your life monthly. Isn't that to do? Isn't that something? Have you ever thought of
Yes. Yes.
sit down and review where you are in life right now at this moment? And then if I sit back, today is December what, 28th?
Yeah.
December 28th.
Mm-hmm.
January 28th, I sit down and I look at where I've come from December to January.
That is a good idea, isn't it?
You know,
And
look
you do that for an entire year.
for an entire year and celebrate those small wins. And if you have small losses, it's okay because you got that next month to recoup. If they're big losses, guess what? It's still okay.
Yes.
All right. So review your life monthly. Choose slightly better instead of perfect. I want to get better at this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of perfect. I'm not a fan of that because sometimes that here again we talked about applying pressures that apply pressure to people to be perfect. So when I say with me being newly engaged, and I say to Stan that you're perfect enough for me,
Mm-hmm.
and his response is, "Oh, I'll never be perfect." I said, "But for me."
You.
So he said, well, what if we just say we are exactly what each other needs?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you say perfect, so then that may put a stigmatism in my head or his head. Okay,
Okay. Just
it's
that word.
perfect right now. That's that word. So
Right,
I got,
right.
I don't do this, I don't do that. So, so choose
Hmm.
something slightly better. um,
Hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Why does this matter? Identify change outlasts motivation. Identify the changes will outlast your motivation. A simple way to choose your 2026 goals, guys. Um, a health goal, choose a health goal that you want to commit to. Uh,
Hmm.
a skill or career goal. We're just recapping what we've spoken about. You can choose a career or a skill goal, um, financial or life admin goal, or relationship or personal growth goal. So choose a goal that you feel that you can commit to. That's not that you feel that you know that can be attainable. It's not any type of pressure. And if you feel like you can do all those goals, then do that. But the
Hmm.
is um, just set a couple of goals. That's it. 4 goals. 4,
Hmm. Hmm.
not 10.
Just four. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Um,
Very achievable.
Yeah,
Huh?
very achievable. I remember when I went to a doctor years ago when I was diagnosed with ADHD, and it Valerie, write down for me what you think is very important that you got to complete in this day.
Okay.
Most people will have 3 to 5 things that they felt like they need to get done that day. Girl, I was going into 2030. He said these are mainly
Oh my goodness.
tasks that can be pushed, but to me,
Hmm.
like they had to be done. So my mind was racing.
Yes.
So I've learned not to do that. When you're goal setting, instead of giving yourself a long list, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, just give yourself 4
Yes.
that are
Yeah.
okay.
That's good. That's
Release,
good.
release the mind, release the mind. 4 goals.
Okay, that's it for it. We can all do that. So
Hmm.
I got some last thoughts that I wanted to leave you guys with before Val gives us her word, because this 2026 is really critical for us, and it's going to be a pivotal year for us and with our goal setting. So this is the most critical year that some of us have had in our lifetime. On July 4th, 2026. It will be the anniversary, the 250th anniversary of independence for the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Department of Education, along with the president's lawyers, are they're walking through the Museum of African American History in Washington, D.C. And I know you went there recently, Val,
Hmm.
to determine what is acceptable to remain on display there. Basically, they're doing an audit because they don't want slavery to appear to be so bad. And what we know as a fact is that the slavery trade in the North, was more profitable than the banking, railroad, and factory industries combined. So more millionaires were made by the slave trade, and they're trying to erase that. So there were 4 million people that were enslaved, and that's what they're trying to dissolve. So these are the kinds of things that we don't want happening, but we've got to just face that we're in this moment, and we've got to put ourselves in better situations. So now it's time for us to pull out our gifts and talents and skills and offerings and position ourselves to the best of our ability. And going forward, this is what we're going to need for the economy, because things are changing in the economy. And we want to pull our loved ones as close as possible, and just embrace them during this time in the country, because we are now at in May, we were at 6.8% of Black unemployment. In November, we reached 8.3%. And this is mainly Black females. And so we need to hold each other closely, guys, because some of us are experiencing the bumps in the road more than anyone. But entrepreneurs, podcasters, get together, get in place, get set, and go. This is my word. Everybody, be on your number one A game. Val, what's your word?
You said position yourself, position yourself. My word for today is every masterpiece takes time.
Mm.
Every masterpiece, we are a masterpiece. We are a work in progress at all times, and it takes time. Every thread is important. So know that you are very important. You are a masterpiece. And whatever your goal is to attain and achieve for 2026 or even for the end of 2025, it is important. Think of yourself, know that you are that masterpiece. So that means a masterpiece. To be a masterpiece, it takes time.
Yes.
Don't rush it. Don't let anyone kill it. Don't let anyone steal it. Don't anyone take the time and just know that you are a masterpiece. Now, I know we're almost done, but I just want to say this. The monks are walking for peace. They are in Georgia. I am going to go see them. I'm excited about seeing them because they want peace in the world, peace of
Mm.
peace of reality, peace for betterment. So just to know that if you're in Georgia, right now today they're going to be in Sharpsburg and Peachtree City, I do believe, and tomorrow.
Mhm.
So just in case anyone wants to know, I want to put that out there.
Okay. And tomorrow they're where?
Morrow, Georgia, at the
Oh,
Morrow.
all right. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome to know. Thank you so much for that information. And when you said that, I love the word masterpiece. And remember that song that started playing in my head, Masterpiece by Atlantic Star back in the day. I love that song. Do you remember that song, Val?
Remember that song. And wait, I used to Atlantic Star too. So yes.
I know it. But thank you so much for that. You guys, thanks for stopping by. Coffee Cups Up.
Mm.
All right. Have a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you found anything valuable in today's conversation. And if you would like to share it with someone who may benefit from it as well. Thanks for stopping by. Have a lovely, amazing day, you guys. Bye.